Hi YouTube. Well, there's a lot of talk about communism and socialism. Well, don't get me wrong here. In essence, the communism was a good thing. Lenin, he wanted to break free of that slavery his people was in. And they actually won, and they got their liberty. But then it got over in the hands of a madman, a paranoid madman called Stalin, and then we all know what happened there. So that's why everybody is on their heels when they hear the word communism. And I understand that because we see the development on this planet now. And we know now, and it's proven now, that advisors in the Obama administration has communist roots. And we know that the British United Kingdom, their advisors there in the political system has communist roots. And we know that the United Kingdom is a total police state. And they have this year overgiven their sovereignty to the EU. And EU, again, also shows sign of communism. So we all know where this is going now, and it's not going in the right direction. There is no such thing that you can give up your liberties in order for more freedom or more safety. No, that cannot be done. That will be the same as Stalinism, and it will end up in that. And that's why I have this one thing here. You already see this, and this is already the guideline, and that is the Georgia Guidestones, that we want they want the population. We don't want that, but they want that. The rat face want that, and that's David Rockefeller and the idiot mad dog Henry Kissinger. Those are the promoters of this shit, and they want to maintain the population under 500 million people. Just go look it up what those stones says, and it says everything. You can put all this into one word: genocide, slavery, one world government. This is what this is. And regarding the free speech matter, yeah, I was angry yesterday, and I'm still angry. I'm not gonna cool off today either, because I just see this is going that way, and it is the wrong way. And America, you cannot give up your liberties in order for safety. We all know the terrorist war against terrorists, that is a big lie. It's all propaganda, and it's in order for you to give up your liberties in order for more safety, because they want to make America safe. But why haven't America shut it down their borders? That's an oxymoron. If you want to secure your country, you seal off the borders so no one can get in unless they are totally, thoroughly checked and turned upside down to see what's in their pockets. And we see such a thing as the thing in Detroit, the terrorist attack in the Detroit airport. Well, that already proves that is a false flag attack, because we know if there is really a fanatic terrorist out there and he wants to kill someone in order to please Allah, gosh, well, Islam is invented by the Vatican, and you can go look in the history books about that if you don't believe me. It is true, Islam comes from the Vatican. But a fanatic terrorist who is determined to kill Americans or white people from the West, from the free world, yeah, as long as it is a free world, he's gonna blow himself up, and there's no question about it. We see that in Iraq. They just come there with a truck full of explosives and they drive straight into the crowd, and that's how a real fanatic terrorist is. So that bullshit in Detroit already proved this is a false flag, because if he really was a terrorist, that airplane would have been blown up instantly. He would not hesitate. He would just say, well, Allah, and then he will pull the trigger and it will be all over for those people in that airplane. And we know that. But most Americans do not know that, unfortunately. Because most Americans is just pleased with watching the news and swallowing everything what the news is telling them. But I also see there's more and more people here that wake up and see the danger. And there is a great danger. We are going down the Stalinistic pathway, and that is, yeah, well, it's just like Hitler. He did the same thing, that if you can make people intimidated enough, they will be willing, and more than willing, to give up their liberties for more safety. And Hermann Göring, his propaganda machine worked perfectly, and that propaganda machine, we already see that working perfectly here in America. But what America should not forget, and that is that President Bush, that means George Walker Bush, father, he financed Hitler directly. The rat-faced Rockefeller financed Hitler directly. Rothschild did the same, because they were profiting on the war. And that Nazi system, on which now is communism, is carried on here in America. The Comitatus Act is stricken, which in itself shows that America now is a police state. Now we can have military personnel running around doing police work, which is against the Constitution, but people seem just willing to give up their liberties in order to get more safety. And why not take your chances? Because if a terrorist really wants to do something bad, he will do something bad. He will not pretend and stand up like in Detroit. Hey, I want to blow you up, and start lighting up the seat. That's bullshit. And the other thing that is bullshit too, that is there is someone in that airplane that has the courage and not the panic to stand there and film it. That already shows there. I would be pretty scared if I was in an airplane and there was some idiot wanting to blow it up. I would get scared. Either I will, by instinct, attack the guy in order to stop him, or I will simply just look for the nearest exit to get the fuck out of that plane. But America swallowed that one. Most of them did. We also know that 9/11 is an inside job, and that's pretty obvious, because that building would not come down in less than 8 seconds. That means you are defying gravity, the rules of gravity and the resistance of those buildings. And we also see proof of molten steel carried out by jet fuel, which will not get those temperatures to melt steel. That's not possible. And if you really look at the footage, when a fire is dying, the smoke coming from that fire becomes black. Ask a firefighter. When a fire really is blazing, there is hardly any smoke, because then there's something else happening, and that's called pyrolysis or pyrolyze. And that's when the temperatures are so enormous that all toxins and everything is just consumed by that heat, and it will not emit anything. But we saw on 9/11 both towers were smoking very, very, very black smoke, and that means the fire is cooling off. But anyway, the buildings fell, didn't they? And they fell straight down, which also is impossible, because when we look at the damage on the building, well, those buildings will tilt. They will not capsize like they did. They fell straight down like a pancake. This is not possible physically. And ask an expert on that, which is not into this shit. But regarding the free speech, I still say, keep talking. Just keep talking, America. And then to Obama and his administration, come on, give us your martial law. Do you have the balls to put out a martial law? I don't think so. You will get defeated. But I encourage you, come on, bring it on. We're not afraid of you. Come on, bring it on, Obama. We want the martial law now so you can become, with your administration, the most hunted people on this planet. But you don't dare do that. But that's my opinion. Bring it on. Bring it on. We can't hardly wait. We want to get rid of all this filth in this nation now. We're pretty tired of you. We are very tired of you. And you cannot silence us. So bring it on in hope of silencing, make us silent, because that will not happen. We will still be on the street.